Hello everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. So today I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you for best zucchini bread. It's moist and very flavorful, and the best part about it, you don't even have to like zucchini because it doesn't taste like zucchini. The spices in it give it a really unique flavor, and this bread is really well liked. This is a delicious and excellent way to use up those large zucchinis you have growing in your garden. I would even venture out to say that it's worthwhile buying some at the grocery store or the market just to make this bread. Before we get started, stay tuned for a couple of quick ads. My cookbook is available on Amazon, and I provided a quick link in the description below this video. And if you're looking for a good book to read, I would recommend The Crown of Purple. This book is bound to keep your interest from the beginning to the end. It's just so full of action. It's available on Apple Books, Google Play, and Amazon. If you choose to buy it on Amazon, I've provided a quick link in the description below my video. Okay, thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get right to making the zucchini bread. So wash your zucchini and cut the ends off of them, and go ahead and grate it. You'll need enough grated zucchini for about 2 cups for this recipe. Heat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, let's start to assemble it. Add 3 eggs to the mixing bowl. Then add 1 cup of canola oil, 2 cups of grated zucchini, 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. Go ahead and mix this together until it's well combined. Add 1 generous teaspoon of cinnamon. Also a generous 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom. Next, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And also 1 teaspoon of salt. Add a total of 3 cups of white all-purpose flour. And a good 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla. Mix this all together and the batter should come out looking like this. So this is a great consistency right here. And once this is baked, you won't even notice that shredded zucchini is in there. Okay, so we have enough here to make 2 loaves. So I'm going to pour half the batter into a small bowl. And I think I'll add chocolate chips to that one. I'm going to add about half a cup or so. Stir those chocolate chips in until they're well combined, and then you pour them into a greased pan. And even though I'm using a silicone loaf pan, I still go ahead and grease it a little bit. You could put a little parchment paper on the bottom too. It might make it a little easier to get it out, especially for the chocolate chips. They tend to stick. Now for the other loaf, I'm going to add some chopped pecans. Again, about a half a cup or so. So you can basically add whatever you want to add to it, but you could also leave it just plain, and that's very good too. And the size of these loaf pans that I'm using today are about 9 by 4. Make sure both loaves have equal amounts so they bake evenly. And then they will both be done at the same time. So we're placing them on a cookie sheet here, and then we're putting them into the oven, and it will need to be on the middle rack, and bake that in the 325 degree oven for about an hour, or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean. This smells really good right about now, just fresh out of the oven, and it has a really nice aroma. Check these out, you can see how they've baked quite evenly, and both of them are about the same size. It's best to let them cool off some before you loosen the edges and try to remove them from the pan. Silicone makes it a little bit easier for removing them from the pan, but if you're using metal pans especially, you'll want to use parchment paper underneath. Okay, so there you have it. We'll go ahead and we'll cut into these and see what they look like inside. You can go ahead and have a piece while it's still warm, but my favorite thing to do with this is to freeze it and just slice off slices as you need it. And it doesn't freeze really hard, so it's okay to go ahead and cut a piece off as you need it, and I really enjoy eating it while it's still frozen. It's really refreshing, so it's really easy to pack on lunches or take on picnics or pull it out of the freezer when you have company. If you're going to use chocolate chips in it, I think the milk chocolate's probably a little better than the semi-sweet in it, but that's just my take on it. You can add whatever you like. My favorite is still the chopped pecans. This is absolutely my favorite zucchini bread recipe, so I hope you enjoy it. Now go make some. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching.